The Independent Electoral Commission says it is ready to print out ballot papers for the upcoming poll after finalising the list of candidates. Now, a total of 70 political parties are taking part, with 31 of them contesting the national polls for the very first time. 11 independent candidates will also be vying for seats in Parliament. Let's take you live now to our reporter, Juniour Khumalo. He's been listening to the details of that briefing by the IEC this morning, and he's at the headquarters in Centurion. Juniour, some interesting numbers. Good afternoon. Great to see you as always. Interesting numbers coming from the IEC insofar as just how many political parties, how many independents are taking part in the elections come the 29th of May. Let's perhaps kick off the conversation by clarifying, and this is something that I sent to you over a private text as well, clarifying those certificates that were handed out to independents, some 14,000 of them.
Indeed, Michelle, there are some interesting numbers. In total, there are about 70 political parties that have qualified to contest in these elections, and there are about 11 independent candidates. But in total, there are about 14,889 candidates from the 70 political parties, including those independent candidates that have qualified to participate. Let's just get some clarity from the IEC CEO. The numbers, the 14,000, is it a combination of the political parties that have qualified as well as the independents?
Yes, and it is the total candidates that have made the requirements to be on the ballot paper or be on the approved final list of candidates. So is the totality inclusive of the 11 independent candidates.
Okay, that's the CEO of the IEC. Sorry, I didn't introduce him, Mr. Mamabolo. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. And in terms of the IEC, one question that has been on everyone's minds is that the IEC has approached the Constitutional Court just to seek clarity on the judgment that was handed down by the Electoral Court. Does this then affect the IEC when it comes to its printing of the ballots?
No. The matter, whilst important, whilst the matter of substantial public interest, it has no bearing on the printing of the ballot because this pertains to a single candidate and the party itself will be on the ballot.
Okay, and in terms of Mr. Zuma himself, just a point of clarity, there are still questions on whether his face is going to appear on the ballot as the leader of Umkhonto weSizwe or not.
Yes, early last week, MK Party submitted a Regulation 9 change of leadership in which Mr. Khumalo was replaced as party leader by Mr. Zuma. The consequence of that decision and correspondence is that he'll now be on the ballot in respect of the MK Party. The Commission has made decisions in terms of Section 68 of the Electoral Act that empowers it to design the ballot. So the identifiers that will be on the ballot is the registered name of the party, the registered abbreviated name of the party, the emblem of the party, as well as the photograph of the registered party leader of a political party. So those are the identifiers, those are the principles that the Commission is implementing in the design of the ballot paper.
In terms of the Electoral Court judgments, there was also the judgment with relation to the stations, the polling stations outside the country in foreign missions. Has there been any clarity in terms of who has the responsibility then to increase the number of polling stations in foreign missions?
Upon receipt of those orders of the Electoral Court, we've written to DECO so that we may get an indication as to what steps they may take to implement that order of the Electoral Court. We are awaiting their feedback. In the meantime, we think that also that case raises important constitutional matters as well as issues of international law. So we've filed an application for leave to appeal in the Electoral Court with a view for the matter to be remitted for hearing in the Supreme Court of Appeal.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mamabolo. That is the IEC CEO, Mr. Mamabolo, just explaining which candidates have qualified to stand for election, saying that there are about 14,889 candidates that have been issued certificates. These come from the 70 political parties that have qualified, as well as the 11 independent candidates that are going to be taking part in those elections, Michelle.
Juniour Khumalo, thanks very much indeed for clarifying some of those numbers. He's left us there just following that briefing by the IEC.